It's on, but it's just not showing up. Let's see if that's working now. Yeah, go ahead, Des.
Okay, we give you a second entry to eRacing GP Causeway Edition. Alex Young, race 2 coming up for the Causeway Edition. The Singaporean and Malaysians going head to head against each other. Quick mention about the track that you've chosen. Very different today. A real sprint around the top part of Brands Hatch.
Yeah, Brands Hatch is very unique. We're doing the Indy circuit, and it's tiny. I think it's 1.9 kilometers long. It's really small. You only effectively have 4 corners. It's like an oval. I remember I did an IndyCar race there in, I think, 03. And the race was like 100 laps. You got dizzy at the end of it. So it's going to be a little bit the same for the Formula 4 drivers we have today. They're going to have to be very careful how they overtake because there's not a lot of room.
Okay, that's coming up in the very near future. But just to show you a little bit about what eRacing is all about, let's show you the best of the highlights from the amateur race that took place in the Causeway Edition in round 1 last week. Kapow! We are back. It's eRacing Southeast Asia GP Causeway Edition, a brand new series for you. We've done the global edition. Well, we've done 5 rounds out of 6. We've started Philippines. Now this is a special one between Malaysia and Singapore. A man who knows all about that rivalry is the man who's the architect of this whole series, Alex Young. Alex, what are you trying to achieve with this Causeway edition of eRacing GP?
Wow, we've had such great engagement from the community. Everyone wants to get involved. Having these national championships, if you like, it just allows a lot more drivers to come in and get involved. And it's great because we still got the best sim drivers from Malaysia and Singapore entering as well. We have an AM class and there are a lot of beginners there. Actually, talked to quite a few of them yesterday. They've never done this sort of thing before. So it's going to be a big baptism of fire for them. And then, of course, later on we have the pro class. And the pro class, obviously, we've got the best sim drivers from Malaysia and Singapore.
A couple of other guys we won't see, but we hope to hear from and get to love are our commentary pairing coming up for this particular event that we've got. Want to introduce you our Malay commentator Nick and our technical English commentator Victor Ang. Gents, welcome along to eRacing John P. Take us away from here.
Apa khabar para penonton sekalian, selamat datang kepada eRacing GP Malaysia dan Singapura di mana sebanyak 40 pemain pelumba amatur dan profesional telah pun berkumpul dan akan berlawan antara satu sama lain.
Yes, that is exactly right, Nick. Again, top of the morning, everyone. This is the eRacing GP East Asia. We're broadcasting live from our own bedrooms thanks to the MCO, and I hope you guys are settling in pretty well yourselves. So, Nick, today, are you excited to see a good, clean race here of Formula 4 on Zandvoort?
Memanglah tak sabar sangat nak melihat segala bakat yang ingin ditonjolkan oleh para pelumba-pelumba ini. Ingatlah para penonton sekalian, kami semua bersiap langsung dari rumah sahaja. So kalaulah anda baru sahaja datang pada siaran langsung ini, jangan lupa ketik like dan juga ribuan terima kasih kepada penaja kita Race Room, Persatuan Sukan Motor Malaysia dan juga Motorsport. Lita, betul pilihan kita adalah Zandvoort. Dan apakah pandangan Victor bagi ciri-ciri yang memang terkemuka bagi Lita tersebut?
Well, I mean, as Alex has already explained earlier, I mean, Zandvoort is a very, very fast circuit. It's also incredibly narrow, which means that very few opportunities for overtaking.
Race perlumbaan akan bermula sebentar lagi.
Oh, no,
Maaf
actually
saya,
it's already started.
Maaf saya.
So,
15 minit di dalam masa tercatat dan kami akan lihat ya permulaan telah pun dimulakan dengan Wei Xiong memuncul ke hadapan. Dan perlawanan dia dilakukan. Tarzan telah pun berlepas. Kami akan lihat di kedudukan nombor 4 Syahrizal Hassan berlawan antara satu sama lain. Kamal Ali pun belakang dan cuba mengejar top 5 yang berada di hadapannya, tapi akan dipecut oleh sesiapa itu. Kami akan lihat Wei Xiong tetap akan berpegang di kedudukan nombor 1, Victor.
He had such a good start early on, and that allowed him to basically have clear roads ahead, so he's much out of the drama right. looking in the back there, it's definitely very, very messy. We saw Sharizan Hassan able to make up a couple of places there, but he's facing a lot of pressure here. Kamal Ali now seeing a good opportunity. He's trying to go around the outside Brian Teo, but doesn't quite nail it. He does, however, slip into the inside here. Maybe he might be able to break it. No, he does not. He slams into the wall and gets way, way off course there. He's going to lose a couple places for sure as Brian Teo moves up into P5 right behind Shami Hassan.
Kamal Ali menjejaskan kedudukan dia dengan satu langkah yang begitu agresif untuk melawan garis perlumbaan yang telah pun ditahankan oleh musuhnya ke hadapan, namun tidak berjaya. Kamal Ali cubaan satu lagi, namun berlanggaran dengan kedudukan seterusnya, iaitu Matthew Graham cuba mempertahankan garis perlumbaannya tersebut, dan kami akan lihat Wei Xiong tetap akan memegang kedudukan dia di nombor 1 di hadapan dan akan siap bersedia untuk melepasi garis penamat untuk melengkapi lap pertama. 30 saat lagi, 25 saat lagi tertinggal. Kami akan lihat cubaan daripada Muhammad Zikri untuk memotor Akinatio lagi berdebar perlawanan ini, tapi kami lihat jaraknya makin mendekat antara Akinatio dan Muhammad Zikri. Kami akan lihat Akinatio lagi 10 saat. Bakalkah dia berpegang kepada kedudukan dia nombor 1? Adakah Muhammad Zikri akan menjejaskannya? Tapi kami akan lihat 3 saat lagi. Memang tidak, kedudukan Akinatio tidak akan terjejas dan akan berpegang kepada kedudukannya nombor 1. Syabas kepada Akinatio yang berpegang kepadanya dan lalu menjadi orang pertama untuk melepasi garisan penamat di pusingan pertama ini.
And as we also mentioned, Matthew Graham actually dropped several places there, so no doubt there might have been some collisions that happened towards the end of this race here, but overall I think that was a very, very good and clean race here for Akinatio. That's right, we're 30 seconds away from race number 2, so this will be reverse grid, meaning those who finish last will be starting first, and those who finish first will be starting last. So this definitely is going to be a big toss-up, but still points are going to matter. So the thing is, the drivers here are still going to have to push the absolute best here, but given that this is reverse grid, maybe you might be seeing a different winner this time around. Who knows? We'll be starting in 10 seconds. And, well, Nick, any final words?
Well, kami akan lihat ya, sebelum apa-apa kami akan lihat perlumbaan akan bermula sebentar lagi. Adakah anda semua bersedia untuk perlumbaan nombor 2 di dalam eRacing GP telah pun bermula?
Good
Malaysia
start so far.
Akan berlawan antara satu sama lain di kedudukan mereka. Victor, silakan.
Yeah, going down into the first corner, Tarzan, a break at the last moment here. Very tangled going on here on the front of some of the drivers having to swerve around a bit to avoid a bit of contact, but still lots of tires rubbing against each other as they're coming out to turn 2. Ashraf just whipping his tail around here, just keeping people away from him. He wants to try to maintain P6 for now, but Jaden Kin coming around the inside here, he's going to be able to, he's going to get overtaken here by Matthew Graham, who has the lead in that red car. Brilliant move there by Matthew Graham. So now he just has to focus on trying to keep Jaden Kim behind him. But Kim, he knows that he still has an opportunity. He still will hold on to that back end here. He wants to take that P1 away from Matthew Graham.
Kami akan lihat ya, Matthew Graham sekarang berpegang kepada kedudukan nombor 1, tapi tidak terlalu jauh kepadanya adalah Edwin Lim yang akan cuba sebaik mungkin untuk menekan kedudukan Matthew Graham yang telah pun berjaya merampas kedudukan nombor 1, di mana dia di perlumbaan pertama tadi pun telah tercatat kedudukan nombor 9 tidak silap saya. Dan kami akan lihat dia di pandangan Douglas Koo sekarang, sasarannya adalah Lim. Koo sekarang cuba sebaik mungkin untuk menekan daripada jauh dan cuba sebaik mungkin untuk memecut kepada Lim, tapi Lim berpegang kepada jarak yang agak baik, tapi cubaan daripada Koo untuk mendekatkan jarak akan menunjukkan dia, tapi tidak berjaya. Satu break dan telah pun menjelaskan kedudukan dia dan cuba sebaik mungkin untuk memperbaiki kedudukan dia, tapi terlalu sedih, dia telah pun keluar daripada lita tersebut dan telah pun terjejas kedudukan dia di dalam perlumbaan ini. Kami kira Matthew Graham, Lim, Ashraf dan juga Kin berpegang kepada kedudukan terempat ke atas.
We're right now seeing Zukiri watch. Look at the amount of things he had to contend with. Just car Remember, he finished in P2 the last race. He's currently in P9 and counting. He started all the way from the back of the grid, and he's already making his way through the midfield. What a chaotic midfield, I have to say here. But Zikri is holding it in stride. The next closest person to him as well from the top 5 from the last race, Wei Xiong is also chasing him, getting into P11 so far. Akina Teo, however, has found himself all the way at the background now. He's still in P17 and hasn't quite make up any places yet.
Beberapa kesilapan boleh membawa malang kepada kedudukan-kedudukan yang diingini bagi pelumba-pelumba tersebut. Sebanyak 21 pelumba berada di atas Lita. Banyaknya Malaysia dan banyaknya anak Singapura. Masing-masing akan berlawan antara satu sama lain untuk memperbaiki kedudukan mereka. Namun kami akan lihat penyerangan perlawanan tersebut. Syahrizal sekarang cuba sebaik mungkin dan telah pun melanggar keluar Ashraf daripada luar Lita. Syahrizal cuba sebaik mungkin untuk melepasi kedua pelumba yang berada di hadapannya. Adakah dia bakal untuk melepasi dia? Tapi kami akan lihat sebanyak 2 lagi. Dia cuba menyerang ke arah tengah garis pelumba ini, namun kami akan lihat kedudukan mereka tidak akan pun terjejas. Hasan cuba sebaik mungkin untuk berlawan secara agresif.
I gotta hand it Ignatius there. I mean, it's so hard, you know. That section of the track where it's so wide means so much space you had to cover there, and somehow Ignatius was able to hold back not only Hassan but also Ashraf as well to maintain P5. So the thing is, you know, we have 1 more minute to go, so this is still going to be a marathon of a race here for Ignatius, because he has contend with 2 very tenacious drivers here, and they are really looking for the opportunity to try to get up on his tail. Brian Teo is literally up against his tail, so he's facing pressure like he never for throughout this entire race. Brian Teo now trying to find the inside line, but Graham still hanging on for dear life now. He wants to take that P1 home. He's coming around the final few corners here. Will Brian Teo be able to find an opening though? Going a little bit wide there is Matthew Graham. He's losing a bit of speed there, and Brian Teo knows this. He's staying inside the slipstream as it comes out towards the final corner. Brian Teo still on his tail. Will he be able to get a speed? No, he does not. Matthew Graham comes home with the win. What an amazing finish here. Brian Teo in second place and Wei Xiong in third.
Memang cantiklah perlawanan top perlawanan ketiga kedudukan teratas kita. Graham, Brian Teo dan Wei Xiong berlawan antara satu sama lain untuk merampas kedudukan mereka. Satu lagi kami akan lihat dia, Wei Xiong bersama dengan Ignatius Tan, Ashraf dan juga Lau dan Ali telah pun berjaya untuk merentasi garis penamat perlumbaan ini, dan kami akan lihat ya pelumba-pelumba lain yang melengkapi pusingan-pusingan terakhir perlumbaan ini. Leona Chin di kedudukan nombor 14, lalu dengan Zikri, Lim, Kondrologis dan Teo.
Nick and Victor Ang there describing the action from 2 terrific races at the fabulous Zandvoort circuit. 2 races, 2 different winners. Akina Tiao for number 1, Matty Graham for number 2. But Wei Xiong, the man in charge of the title race with 35 points in the weekend. So many competitors are well in contention going into round 2, Alex.
Yeah, you're just right. Wei Xiong had a really good job. I'm sure he had hoped race 2 would have gone a bit better for him. But Akina Teo, no points in race 2, but those race 1 points was also obviously very useful. And of course, Hafiz Teo from Singapore had a really good race 2 as well.
It is a Causeway challenge, so it's only Singapore and Malaysian drivers allowed out there. And as we go into the entry list for this week, you've got a full list of 24, 1 or 2 familiar faces. Leona Chin, glad to see she's there. Matty Graham returns, but a couple of new names for us, the likes of Chok Fun, Rashdan Abdullah, Kamal Ali, who raced last week. I don't think Lester Cock did, but you've got a nice breadth of competitors there, Alex.
Yeah, some really good drivers there. Nice to see a full list there. And now the drivers are in the server. They're practicing on this track, the Brands Hatch circuit. See those cars going through Graham Hill Bend, or T3 or something like that.
Okay, while they're on the circuit, just before we go there, we've got an opportunity to do a flying lap. Now, it's the shortened version of Brands Hatch. It's not the whole lot. There's several of the big curves have been missed out, but it's a sprint circuit. And I think you got Jason Tay prepared to do a flying lap on our behalf of the shortened Causeway edition track of Brands Hatch.
Hello everyone, my name is Jason and today I'll be taking you for a lap around Brands Hatch Indy. Here we are entering the final sector of the track. It's a really beautiful day today, so hope the racing is beautiful later on as well. As we come around the final corner of the track, hard on the gas on the exit of it, onto the start-finish straight. Prepare myself up for turn 1. It's a really scary corner, it goes downhill several stories I think. So trail brake into the corner, keep the car turning into the corner, even past the apex, keep on turning. And then prepare for turn 2. Turn 2, heavy braking under the bridge, keep on the inside of the corner, full throttle on the exit. Turn 3 is just a slight lift, let the car continue turning into the corner, hard on the power on the exit of it. Turn 4 is a flat out corner, but it's very important to set the car up for turn 5. Turn 5 heavy braking into the final corner, turn 6. And then hard on the gas on the exit. Let the car run wide, let the car naturally flow back in.
Jason Cho taking us on a lap around the Indy Brands Hatch. Now we're into the qualification period for the drivers. There's 23 out on the circuit. Alex Young will be joined by Victor Ang in the commentary box for this second edition of the Causeway edition of the eRacing GP. Victor, are you with us?
Yes, I am, Des. Thank you very much, and welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to be going into qualifying now at Brands Hatch, and I'm definitely excited to be here, and I hope you are too, Alex.
Yeah, really good to be here, Victor. Nice to see you with us. We've missed you this whole week. We've had a couple competitions to do, but good to have you with us. I was watching Shahrazad Hassan now, going through the last corner, clearways. It really dips away quite a bit there as you come down the start, finish straight. To complete a lap. This is green. I'm not sure if it's good enough for pole. Wei Xiong actually has just managed to go into pole position, so that's looking quite good for him. Wei Xiong, the winner from race 1. Oh, and Zikri.
Yeah, he just went a little bit wide there, and yep, had a kill bend. This corner here has been a bane of my existence ever since I started sim racing. Like when I started my journey, like learning how to drive. Brands Hatch was one of the first circuits I tried, and I thought it was going to be easy. This circuit was only like what, 5 corners, and I was proven really wrong the first time trying.
Yeah, so wow. So now here's Zikri going on another lap on the last corner. He hasn't gone purple anywhere, so that's not too good. We've still got plenty of time. It is a very short lap here. Only a 46 second lap. He hasn't gone quicker. Let's see if Wei Xiong is in. Actually, I'll tell you what, let's look at this guy. Muhammad Tabi. He's actually, Tasbi, he's actually Mohammed's brother. And he's just joined the championship, new to the AM class. We all know him from his brother from the Global Edition, who just won Global Edition last week. He's decided to reset his lap. Let's have a look at Wei Xiong then. See if Wei Xiong is able to find some more speed. Oh, he's gone purple in sector 2.
Oh boy, this could be good. He's only like less than 10 seconds behind Zikri, so this could actually put him all the way up there if he could actually pull off this final corner here. He's going to be coming across the line now. 45.576 is the time to beat. He just misses it by a hair. 0.018. The thing is, Brands Hatch Indy is such a short circuit that the margins are just going to be this tight. So I think the drivers here are going to really have their work cut out if they really want to be able to beat that ultimate time of 45.576.
That's true. Akino Tio there, he's in P7 right now. He was the winner of Race 1 in Zandvoort. Ooh, he's a 10th out on the first sector, not using all the road to Graham Hill Bend. Some of the other drivers are going massively off-road. Now going into clearways. Clearways, this right-hander, so tightens up. Oh, he's going for a very wide entry. Oh, made a mistake as well there. Nah, this is not going to improve. P7, that's not where he wants to be.
It's really tricky going down McLaren corner because just like Druids, you have to brake really hard. And the thing is, when you come the corner just before that, Surtees corner, that one's completely flat out. So I think a lot of drivers will have a bit of trouble trying to fine-tune the braking point during that corner. And the thing is, immediately after that, when you hard and into the rapid straight, it's all about getting the maximum exit speed out. So little mistakes like that always will cost you a lot. But Tasbe finally made it into pole position, 45.341. That's amazing time there from the Singaporean.
Mohammed Tasbi there, Hamilton's brother. Very pleased with that. His first time with us, 45.3. That's not a bad lap. Not a bad lap indeed. A bit further back, Zikri. Then Wei Xiong in third. Championship leader, Wei Xiong in third. Jaden Kin in fourth. And Fun Pan in fifth. So that's it. Qualifying's over. Now we come into race number 1.
Yeah, that's exactly right. So when it comes to Brands Hatched Indy Circuit, this is obviously going to be a very, very short circuit, and I think that first lap there is definitely going to be one to watch because not only are they going to be very closely packed together going down Paddock Hill, but tires and brakes are going to be very, very cold. So I'm expecting that there's probably going to be quite a bit of drama, I think, going into Druids for that first lap.
Yeah. Brands Hatch there looks like a kidney bean. It goes across the start-finish line, turn 1, one of the most famous corners in the world, Paddock Hill Bend. And then turn 2 is Druids, a tight hairpin, followed by Graham Hill Bend. I know it's got a new name, but I call it by the old name, Graham Hill Bend. Before going to Surtees and then Clearways to finish the lap.
Yeah.
Victor, take it away.
So, all right, the racers are ready on the start. We're waiting for the lights to go out, and they are off. Tasbi having a good start so far. All the drivers now just anticipating the drop going down Paddock Hill. 4-story drop there. I bet their stomach will be sinking if they are to drive this in real life, but Tasbi takes it like a champ. They're leading very far ahead. Bit of contact going on in the back line there. Wei on Zikri getting a bit of a tangle going down to his Druids, and big contact! Big contact here in Druids, but the drivers are able to stay on track somehow. No major damage, I hope, for the drivers here, but still bumping and grinding is coming down Graham Hill. A bit of slide there from one of the cars, and they have completely taken off from the top 10 now. We're riding with Matthew Graham as now we're coming to Surtees, where he had to go flat out and finally brake really hard down into McLaren. He's taking a very nice tidy line here. He's trying his best to catch up to Zikri, who has lost quite a few places there due to the drama in that first lap. But now coming across the line in first place, that's going to be Tasbi. Second place, going to be Fun Pan. Third place, going to be J-Kid. And fourth, it's going to be Wei Xiong.
Yeah, what about that? Tasbi with a really perfect lap. Obviously getting some advice from his elder brother there. But this battle for second position is definitely heating up. Funpang did a great job to get up P2. Wei Xiong was super aggressive in that first lap, but he's now dropped down to P4. And now Akina Teo in P5. Winner of race 1 at Zandvoort. He's looking that he's challenging the championship leader, Matthew Graham, a bit further back in position 8. He's following this battle. Oh, 2 cars have spun out.
That's a little bit of danger there on the track there, but Matthew Graham still managed to slip through it. Now he's up into P5, so the drivers are trying to rejoin the track there, and you can see the back end is looking very, very messy indeed, but it's clear out of that mess, and having a very healthy lead of 2 seconds is Tasbi. He's definitely flying right now in the lead of this race.
Yeah, so Akina Teo, I think, got involved in that accident. Shame for him. Following the back for Wei Xiong now. And a little bit further behind him, obviously, is Sharizan Hassan. He's had a good start. He didn't qualify so well. This man, Jikiri, he did qualify so well, but got involved in some carnage earlier on, and he's had to drop back a bit.
It's definitely going to be the challenge right for this because, again, the Brands Hatch is a very, very fast circuit, you know. So I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of these drivers are just really, literally outbrake themselves every time they try to go on the attack here. It's too easy to actually lose control, especially around McLaren or around Druids as well. Right now with Sharizan Hassan, he's currently in 4th place. We know from his qualifying times that he's really fast, so let's see if he's going to be able to make his way up the podium. He's making up a gap of about 3 seconds, which is P3 being held by Wei Xiong. Meantime, on the back line, though, Edwin Lim having to defend down his place of P11 from Akina Teo. Remember, he basically made a big mistake there. Tries to get on the track and gets a bit of contact as well onto Akina Teo, but still maintains P11 somehow. The thing is, he went way onto the grass there, but somehow is still able to maintain enough speed to stay in P11 ahead of Akina Teo. So Akina is definitely going to try to go on the attack again, coming down the Bradley Straight. He has a slipstream. He's going to be going into the inside line. Bit of touchy-feely there on the tires, but Akina Teo gets way past him, going to the Paddock Hill Bend, but now he has to control his car, going down 4 stories high into Druids now, and he is going to be able to maintain it. Brilliant move there by Akina Teo, but he's still a long way to go. And Edwin, big slam onto the side there by Ignatius onto Akina Teo, but fortunately that actually allowed Akina Teo to reposition his car to recover very well and stay in, it looks like he's in P12 for now, so he lost a place, but he's still going to be ahead of Edwin Lim.
Yeah, as we watch race leader Taspi go across the start-finish line. Wow, he's just driving some really good laps now. Fastest lap is his, 56.0 just. But I tell you what, Wei Xiong in third position is equaling his time, 46.0. So he's got the time. Oh, he dives down the inside of Funpang. Nice move there. So makes the move. Championship leader up to P2 after a bit of a messy first couple laps. Is coming good now. And it'll be interesting to see if he can close the gap. He has some clear air in front of him. And I wonder if he can close the gap to Taspi, who's leading in front.
I mean, at the rate he's going, I wouldn't be surprised if he will catch up to Taspi by the end of this race here. But Funpang now is just trying his best to keep up with Wei Xiong. But look at that, the gap is already starting to widen between the two. So Wei Xiong is definitely flying like heck right now, going down through the Brabham Straight. Taspi now, he has to keep an eye on his rearview mirror and keep his lap times up, because it's going to be a matter of time, I think, before Wei Xiong will start to chase and bring some pressure to our current race leader.
Yeah. So let's see what lap times they're doing. Taspi there with his last lap was a 46.5, so his pace has dropped off. And Wei Xiong did a 46.1, taking 4/10 out of the race leader. That's a big amount of time in such a short track, 4/10. So, wow, if this keeps up, then Mohammad Taspi is going to be under some serious pressure by Wei Xiong in a couple laps. Further down, though, Sherzan Hassan is getting a lot of pressure from Matthew Graham. Matthew Graham's finding some pace from somewhere as he's closed the gap. There he is, Matthew Graham, looking all over the back of Hassan. Graham, who won race 2 at round 1 in Zandvoort, so he has got the pace to do well. Use the excess road. No one's using the excess road at the exit of turn 1. I'm kind of surprised. Paddock Hill Bend normally drivers are always using the excess road. Oh, Graham! Careless.
That's really careless indeed. The Sharzan Hassan almost found himself turned turtle there, riding over Matthew Graham's wheel, and in fact he went a little bit wide there through Graham Hill bend. Like you mentioned earlier, a lot of drivers will be taking the grass here because apparently in race room there's no penalty for track limits on that particular corner, so some drivers are finding it a little bit faster to actually just go a little bit wide off the track there just to get a higher exit speed out of the third turn. So that's why we're seeing a lot of these drivers going a little bit wide here, which is I would say a bit unusual, especially if you watch a lot of races at Brands Hatch.
Yeah. Hi Victor, sorry, the Discord's a little bit quiet at the moment, so I was wondering maybe if you get a little bit closer to the mic, see if we can pick up your volume just a bit, because we are maxed out on my computer at the moment. We can't make it any louder. But back to the action in front. Wei Xiong, another good last lap, took another 4/10 out of race leader Mohammad Taspi, so that is going to heat up. We have 8 minutes to go, plenty of time to go. Chok Fan Pang doing a really good job in P3. And a small gap then back to Sharzan Hassan and Matthew Graham. Matthew Graham's also getting joined by Zikikri here right now. He's going to have a look on the red car now into Paddock Hill Bend. Can look down the inside. It's not close enough. Someone, in fact, is coming from behind. Wow, Kamal Ali, where's he come from? He's been nowhere at the moment, and he's right on this battle for position 5.
Yeah, I think it's actually going to be Matthew Graham that's holding up this train here, and Griffey is definitely making the most of this, getting right up into the tail of Wajdi, so it might be a matter of time before a pass will happen here, but who will be first? It will be Matthew, who's going to have Zikri come down the inside here, going down towards Surtees. This is a flat out corner here, and then he's trying his best here to brake hard, going into the inside here on Causeway, and he stays onto his position here, but look at that. Kamal Ali is able to slip just in front of Zikri, I think.
Wow.
Yes, he does. Zikri is now in P7, and looks like Kamal is going to try his best. Wajdi is going to try his best now to fight along with Matthew Graham. So very much a heated battle here for P5.
Yeah, wow, side by side through clearways and through Surtees. They were side by side for so long, but that small contact between Graham and Zikri allowed Wajdi to go through. Kamal Ali to go through into 7th position.
I think Kamal Ali is a P10, so because looking at the leaderboard here, it says it's Watch D, so a little bit confused here, but nevertheless, it's still a really exciting battle for P5. Muhammad Tasbi still holding the lead now. Wei Xiong, he's still keeping a 2-second gap from Taspi, so he hasn't quite made any gains over the last few minutes. So I wonder if Wei Xiong is just trying to bide his time here, just hold on to this P2 here and just keep Fan Pang behind him. So he'll still net quite a bit of points here, and being the championship leader, you know, it's much more wiser, I suppose, to just maintain the points you have rather than risk it by trying to push your car a little bit too hard to just get to that pole position. But still, I think Wei Xiong is definitely still in a very, very good position in this race, and perhaps maybe he's just waiting to see if Taspi will be able to maintain his pace, or will it drop off towards the end here with the tire wear coming in. Oh, bit of contact here. Zikri looking a little bit tangled as he comes down through that final corner. He's currently trying to defend his position against Leonard Lee in P8 right now, and looks like Leonard will have a look on the inside here, going down Bramman Straight. Paddock Hill Bend is coming right up now. Leonard is going to tuck in right behind Zikri. But the Druids is coming up next. It's going to be a hard breaking point. So will Leonard be able to close the gap here and hopefully be able to catch him up by the final corner? Taking very, very inside line there, riding up the curve practically on Druids as he comes down to with Graham Hill, but still unable to close the gap between him and Zikri just quite yet. Yeah,
really showing how difficult it is to overtake here. And look at this. We're coming into the back markers now. Because it's such a short lap, only a 45-second lap, that you will have back markers. First time in the ERGP, we're having to contend with that. Taspi managed to get through the first one okay.
Wei Xiong, like I think Fan Pang almost had a look at the inside there, and on the back line there, I think someone just went off the track there. That's a yellow car slamming into the wall. I believe we're riding, yeah, that's Fan Pang right now. He's in third place, and right now I think he's wait, this is a little bit confusing right now, but in any case, we'll be updating the leaderboard later when they come across the line. But Fan Pang right now looks like he's behind the orange car.
Yeah, that's a back marker, Victor, I think.
I think.
So Fan Pang, I think he had a moment at Paddock, had a big moment. That was a yellow car that went spearing off to the inside, managed to recover. So now he's fallen way back. He's 3.5 seconds behind Wei Xiong and 2. And now Shahrazan Hassan is all over the back of him. You can see Shahrazan Hassan's getting very close. Fan Pang managed to get through the back marker now. Okay, whoa, we got cars in the gravel. Ooh. And I have to tell you, the gravel at Brands Hatch is very deep, and those cars are not going to be able to get out of it. Drivers have to watch that. You can see how hard. Whoa!
Oh, it's Wei Xiong. He's completely lost it into the gravel, and he's not able to get out. This is terrible, terrible news for Wei Xiong, our current championship leader. He's going to be out of the race now, and possibly out of the points if he can't get his car back on track. And this is a huge, huge tragedy here for XFI RGG Wei Xiong.
Wow, that's his race over. Wow, that's... Woof! Looks like Mohammad Tasbi is then home and free. He's got a huge gap now to... Shahrazan Hassan... no, sorry, Fan Pang is second in 560. And then a little bit further back, Shahrazan Hassan in this fight with him for third position with Matthew Graham, who has found some pace again and is all over the back of him.
Looks like Wei Xiong's loss is going to be pretty much everyone else's gain. So Shahrazad Hassan suddenly finding himself in the fight again now in the podium. Leonard Lee now into P5, right behind Matthew Graham. Shahrazad Hassan now has to maintain his P3 because Matthew Graham is starting to catch up to him now. So maybe we'll be seeing a battle for P3 on the cards now, as the race is going to be ending in about 2 minutes and 30 seconds. So let's see if Shahrazad Hassan will be able to hang on. And speaking of hang on, Akina Teo is able to make up a couple places since we last saw him. He's now in P9 and is right now fighting for P8, going up very cleanly onto the inside here. He wants to try to get alongside him, going down into the Paddock Hill Bend, and yes, he does. He outbreaks him just barely, and he will be able to take up into P8 now, ahead of K Lau.
Nicely done. Up to position 8. Some useful. Ooh, we should go back to Akina Teo there. Had some contact. No, he's still okay for now. But yeah, so Akina Teo, 8th position. He is second in the championship right now, so he wants to try and get some points. Obviously, with championship leader all the way down in 21st position.
Yeah, Kent Lau unfortunately had to concede that P9 position there to Akina Teo, but at least Akina Teo is making the most of his race number 1 so far, so at least he will be able to go back with a bit of points here, hopefully by the end of this race. In the meantime, Wei Xiong rejoining the race now in P21. Definitely not the position he expected to be in after qualifying, but nevertheless, this maybe he's probably going to be thinking about race 2 now, because that's where he possibly will be starting in the front as these results comes to a close.
And look at that, Akina Teo getting a stop-go penalty for ignoring yellow flags. He must have overtaken someone when there was cars in the gravel trap into turn 1. That's going to put, so that puts both our championship leaders out of the points. Of course, they could still try and get fastest lap, which is an additional 2 points, but at the moment, fastest lap goes to, I think it is, actually, I think maybe Wei Xiong might have it. He's got 45.7. Mohamed Tasbi with the 45.7. He has fastest lap. So, pole position. He's going to get the full Grand Slam in race 1 if, unless someone can go a bit faster on this last lap of the race.
And definitely he will be a huge threat with that kind of pace going into race number 2. So Tasbi definitely setting himself up in a really good position to gain the maximum amount of points here in Brands Hatch. Sharjan Hassan now, he's currently chasing Matthew Graham, and actually Matthew Graham passed him early on. Sharjan Hassan was in P3 early on, so Matthew Graham now in the podium after what seems to be a scrap against Sharjan Hassan. So let's see if he can be able to hold on. Race is going to be ending about 10 seconds. The leader's already passed, so he needs to complete one more lap here before we'll be ending this race reveal here. But Tasbi definitely has had the cleanest of races here, and it's really drama and action-packed race so far. One more car has gone off the track there. Not too sure who that is, but definitely not going to be in contention for the points now, unlike Mohamed Tasbi here, who will be taking home the most amount of points from race 1 as well as the pole position lap.
Yeah. Wow, so here we are, opening race of the day, but final lap. And here's race leader Mohamed Tasbi crossing the finish line to win his first race in ERGP. What a good result by the young Singaporean. In second position, a lonely second position, is Chok Fan Pang, who's done a good job, managed to miss the carnage. Sharzan Hassan in P3, Matthew Graham P4, Leonard Lee from Singapore in P5, and P6, Muhammad Zikri, and he also got the fastest lap, so good job by Muhammad Zikri.
Yep, Kent Lau will be rounding it up with P7, Edwin Lim in P8. And then we got Brian Teo in P9 and Kamal Ali in P10. And that is your top 10 for race number 1. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. I certainly enjoyed a lot of the drama that's happened. But what do you think, Alex?
Well, quite a few drivers overtaking on a yellow flag, so some stop and go penalties for sure. So I got a feeling that leaderboard we're seeing there on the left might change around a little bit, because they will have to serve penalties. Just like in real life, you have to watch for flags. If people spin off, you are not allowed to overtake at the scene of an accident. So if someone goes in the gravel, and there are a lot of cars in the gravel towards the end of the race, yellow flags do come out, and you can't overtake. So a few drivers may have to run afoul of that. We will soon see, though. But now we prepare for the reverse grid race.
Yeah, so we'll be awaiting the official results before we'll be able to tell who will be getting the points going after race 1. But yeah, overtaking under the yellow flags is really a big no-no, because again, it's a major safety hazard when you have cars littered around the track after a crash, and that's why it's really important for drivers to respect the rules, but especially when it comes to flags and such, as well, as these drivers no doubt will have learned by now. So now the drivers will be going down the cool down lap. We'll be setting up for race number 2. And hopefully you guys will continue to join us as we'll be going on. After this, we'll also have the Pro Series race. So we're not going to be done quite yet, even after race 2.
So Tasbear picks up the victory, thanks to Victor and to Alex for taking us through those flying laps that we have. The second race that we've got is a reverse grid race, and that can only be good for Wei Xiong, because he had a spectacular, a non-spectacular minute in the gravel where he just couldn't get away. Alex, Wei Xiong, we expected so much of him, and in the end, when he was doing well, he crumbled a little bit under the pressure.
Yes, he did, and more importantly, he went off at the gravel. And you could see how hard it is to get the gravel. Turn 1 after the start-finish line, there's a big gravel trap there because there's not much runoff. So the organizers make sure it's very thick there to stop hitting the wall. But now, Victor, we're coming to the start of race 2.
That's right. Red lights are on. Drivers are ready and they are off. So looks like Washi had a good start and a very bad start, I think, for Wei Xiong. He, in fact, is going to be dropping all the way down to P6. Washi, though, he's going to be able to take a very clean lead so far. Wei Xiong now trying to fight his way back up. Oh, a little bit of contact going on in the back line again. More drama happening in race number 2 as we break into Druids. Now, Wei Xiong is now into P4. Henry Cole trying his best to stay onto the track here after riding the curve. He will be staying in P11. But looking ahead of him, the trainer cars going single file line down into Graham Hill Bend. They are going to try their best to make up some positions as they can. Remember, this is reverse grid, so the slower drivers are starting in front and they are going to try their best now to try to hold their positions. But the faster drivers on the back are going to try their best to overtake, especially here on McLaren corner. Zikri currently P17 trying to fight his way through Brian Teo and Z Lim has come down towards the Bradman Straight.
Wow.
Now taking the slipstream. Yes, Alex?
Wow. Yeah, wow. Waji with a big lead now. But Teo in second position. Adam Kondralochis in third position. With Wei Xiong all over the back with him at position 4. Let's follow this battle right now. Adam Kondralochis, quite new to sim racing. He's done a good job to be position 3 right now. Runs wide onto the grass. Would that allow Wei Xiong to come back at him? Going through Surtees now. You can't overtake here, but now into oh, this contact. He's got the inside. Wei Xiong's got the inside. But Adam has a moment on the exit, which allows Wei Xiong to get a good drive. Side by side, those two cars going down the start-finish line.
That was the very definition of elbows out and amazing driving there for Wei Xiong. He's now battling Adam for the position on the podium. He has inside going down Paddock Hill, so he will be ahead of him going down to his Druids. But again, this is going to be a heavy breaking point. Wei Xiong now expertly positioning his car here to enable him to keep Adam Kondralochis all the way behind him going down to his Green Hill. But Adam almost having a look at the inside there on Green Hill. Oh, car going sliding out there. There's a blue car. I think that's Koo. D. Koo in the blue car.
The WTCR driver. So very interesting back at the front. Adam Kondralochis, though, has a big gap. He's not used to being at the front. If Kondralochis can just stay there in P4, he'll be very pleased with that. Just needs to drive nice and consistent. And who knows, maybe he might get a top 5 finish. But at the front, Waji looking nice and serene, driving superbly. Got Akina Teo right behind him. Akina Teo can be very, very fast, and he will close that gap. So Waji really needs to get his head down and try and keep that lead. Needless to say, third position though, Wei Xiong. Wei Xiong managed to come through. He's always having a bit of carnage in the first couple laps, but he really needs this result. The championship leader must make sure he finishes this race if he wants to stay in front of the championship. Further back, Kondralochis in 4th, and this is the battle for 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th position. Oh, Graham having contact with the car in front. That's Henry Coe. Now he dives down the inside. Clean move. Makes the move stick. Now it gets on the power. Out of clearways, down the start-finish straight. He's got the number 22 car there of Tan in front of him, Ignatius Tan. Graham looks to the inside. He's close enough. Will he dive down the inside? No, he backs out of the move. Has contact. Drivers have to be wary. If you're going to make the move, make the move. You can't do these half-hearted moves because you just end up with contact and then spinning off.
Well, I mean, that was so messy. Like that whole last lap there for Matthew Graham. You could argue actually that his little bit of his contact there in Ignatius actually allowed him to gain that position early on because that definitely unsettled the guy in front of him. But in the end, now Matthew Graham is gonna have to sit out on the side of the track. He's dropped way off the pace now, way off the position now. He's now in P19 as a result of that spin. So that's again big mistake there. You know, trying to make that move when he really didn't have the position nor the confidence to do so. Yeah.
Whoa, down the inside. Wei Xiong, good move. Down the inside.
That was really sharp braking there from Wei Xiong. But again, Wei Xiong is really fighting hard this position because he knows after that abysmal race number 1, he wants to try his best now to take the lead here. And overtaking Akina Teo now, the next target on his list is going to be Washti, and we know that he's definitely faster than Washti, so he needs to try to keep the pace up because he might be able to fight for the lead now, given that he's already passed Akina Teo.
Yeah, he has. It's showing very good pace. Tio's dropped off in that overtake move, but if he just refocuses, he has a pace to close back up to Wei Xiong. But whoa, here we go. Now the fight for first position. Wei Xiong looking down the inside again. Oh no, that was a back marker. He's looking down the inside of. Sorry, excuse me.
Yeah, I think that's Matthew Graham actually in the red car, but in any case, he's definitely the only person standing between Wei Xiong and his target of Wajdi, and Wajdi definitely is going to try to use this with his advantage, trying to widen the gap now as Matthew Graham poses a little bit of an obstacle here for both Wei Xiong and Akina Tio. But look at that, Matthew going a little bit wide here, and Wei Xiong also going wide as well, so they are still trying to chase now towards Wajdi, and they are going 4 cars in a single file line down Brabham Straight, now coming down coming down towards Paddock Hill. Yeah, it's like Wei Xiong is trying his best to find a good way to get past Matthew Graham, who still wants to hold on to his position there, even though he's not really fighting for the podium at the moment. But Wei Xiong taking inside line as he did previously. Akina Tio really moved there. He's going to have it, but unfortunately, Matthew Graham still has inside going down Graham Hill. Tries to go for the switchback here, Wei Xiong. Oh, bit of contact there from Akina Tio, but Akina still able to stay in control, as does Wei Xiong. Wei Xiong finally able to get past Matthew Graham as a result. Maybe that little bit of a boost there from Akina Tio was all he needed to get past the back marker there, but Matthew Graham now is the obstacle in front of Akina Tio, but nothing stands in the way of Wei Xiong on his chase for the lead against Wajdi.
Yeah, so Matthew Graham eventually getting out of the way of Akina Tio. I'm sure that he would have seen the blue flags. If you are getting lapped, you will get shown blue flags to let the leaders through. So anyway, we've got a great battle brewing now. Wajdi in first position, Wei Xiong in second, and in the yellow car. Oh, Wei Xiong!
Wei Xiong again loses control of the Druids, and now Akina Tio will capitalize on that, no doubt. Going up into P2, Wei Xiong found all his efforts from the last few laps has all but dissipated now. He's going to be back down into P3. He now has to get past Akina Tio one more time with 8 minutes to go on the race here. Man, that is definitely a really, really bad moment there for Wei Xiong. He's not having a good day, that is for sure.
Yeah, Druids can be a bit tricky there, and Wei Xiong just got sideways there. Look at this. Mohamed Tasbi's had a good last couple of laps. He's managed to make his positions up to P6. That's not a bad drive at all. Race 1 winner, obviously, Tasbi, who's now lining up Ignatius Tan in position 5 into Paddock Hill Bend. Nah, don't, mate. You're not even close. But he's just showing his nose, maybe trying to intimidate the driver. Gets a good drive out of Paddock Hill Bend, though. He's going to have a look down the inside and Druids. Oh, who's that spun?
Akina Tio. Was it Akina Tio that he just passed by there? But certainly that did not interrupt Tasbi at all. He's still able to get past now into P5. Brilliant driving there, avoiding all that carnage, and is still able to make the overtake and Druid. But nope, looks like it's going to be a fight back here from Ignatius Tan. Ignatius able to pass him going down Surtees, but Tasbe fights back again. Oh, Benny, look! Oh my goodness! That was not a good move at all there, unfortunately. Who was that exactly?
Yeah, I think that's a back marker again. The back maybe getting a bit with the cars coming through. A lot of mistakes happening now. But yeah, Tasby with a great move around the outside, and then had a sideways movement and lost the position again. We are following Adam Contralachis. He's also had a moment because he was in P5. Now he's in P9. Heading into Druids right now.
Yeah, so looks like Akina Tio, he's dropped all the way down to P20 from P2, so that little move there, I think that's going to be looked at for sure by the marshals. But again, like when you're trying to rejoin the track, you have to watch for other drivers here, because you could potentially ruin other people's races just from one silly mistake like that. So very unfortunate there for Akina Tio, but yeah.
And I tell you what, all that has benefited this man, Mohamed Tasbi, who was 6th right at that moment. But I think the 3 cars all went off by themselves, or maybe they were battling each other. We missed it. And now he's into position 3. And don't forget, this man started at the back of the race for this reverse grid race. So really good job. You'd be very pleased with that. The orange car, we know how Nick loves the orange car. And so good job by him. Further back, it's a hot battle for position 4, 5, and 6. If you look at, but let's follow the race leader now. Oh no, sorry, that's not the race leader. It's Wei Xiong in P2. But further back, Zikri right now, he's in 5th position. Right behind him, you got Douglas Kuhl, Sharazan Hassan, and Henry Ko. They're all close enough to have a go at Zikri right now. So Zikri is under a lot of pressure.
Indeed, he is. So Wei Seong now finally finding that all obstacles are away now. It's only him and the race leader. So we'll be seeing if he will be able to make the chase. But Tasbe has obviously, because of his pace, you know, throughout the entirety of this race here, it's no surprise that he's able to make up so many places. But the fact that he's able now to stay on the podium is definitely a testament to his skill, and definitely going to be making his brother very, very proud if he's going to be able to net this massive amount of points after race number 2. But in any case, right now, Wei Seong still continuing to chase now onto Wajdi. There's still a 4-second gap to make up here, but I think for Wei Seong, at least just being on the podium is definitely a blessing here after his abysmal performance in race number 1.
There's the man we've just been talking about, Mohammad Tasbi in P3 in the orange Tatus Formula 4 car. Uses the excess road. That's correct. That's the correct line to use. Not enough of the drivers in the AM class are using that road. You need to use that extra road to be quick here. Don't need to use extra road there. Now we're watching Zikri. Zikri is having a nice battle with Ignatius Tan. This is for the battle for 4th position. Ignatius Tan from Malaysia. And let's not forget, Shahrazad Hassan's not too far behind these duo as well. Coming to Surtees. Now Brick makes the move.
Oh, that was nice and clean there, especially coming out of Surtees like that. So Zikri definitely putting the moves here onto Ignatius Tan. He's going to be up into P4 and definitely will be all smiles now coming across the line. 3 minutes into our race leader Wajdi has been racing very well so far, but now he's going to be facing pressure from Wei Seong in P2. Tasbi currently in P3 and counting, I think, because he's still trying to chase up that gap against Wei Seong, but it's going to take a while there before he's going to be able to make up a lot of that room there so far. Zikri currently in 4th place and Ignatius Tan in 5th.
There is Tasbi there going on to complete another lap. 3 minutes to go. We're riding on him now from the chase cam view. Watch this, Paddock Hill Bend. Look how steeply it goes down as you go past the apex. It just goes down. Actually, on TV it doesn't look that steep, but trust me, if you're at the bottom of that hill looking up, it is very steep. It's like Eau Rouge at Spa. It easily goes 3 or 4 stories in like 80 meters. It's quite spectacular. You get butterflies as you go through there. Your stomach sinks down through that corner. Tasbi there using the extra road that is quicker through Graham Hill Bend to use that extra road. And we'll see a lot of guys in the pro class doing that later. Tasbi then going for a wider line, makes a good entry, good middle, and good exit out of Clearways after that.
No doubt a master class of how to drive fast here on Brands Hatch, and definitely Wajdi will be needing to use every last bit of that if he wants to try to stay on the lead. Wei Seong now 2.6 seconds behind him, and I think that's a back marker that's already getting caught up here in the battle for P1, but for now though, Wei Seong still keeping a relative distance away from our race leader now. Matthew Graham, of course, he's the back marker in P16, and Wei Seong currently chasing up behind him. But again, if Wei Seong were still to finish in P2, that would still make up for a lot of the lost points from race 1, so he still will be happy with this result regardless of whether or not he wins race number 2. Kent Lau currently in P10 now, currently fighting against Brian Teo with 1 minute 40 seconds left. This is going to be a very tight one here for the 2 drivers. Ken Lau taking a very fast line through McLaren, but unfortunately loses it on the exit coming down Causeway, so now he's going to have to fight back in order to be able to make up that gap now. Oh, Shahrazad Hassan now having a look at the inside, going down Paddock Hill Bend, trying to fight against Ignatius Tan. He gets in front of him, but just barely does keep control of his car as he comes down to his Druids. Ignatius Tan again getting passed by Henry Cole, who now is looking to actually try to take P5 from Hassan as well. Currently battling all the way down towards Graham Hill. Henry Cole still sticking strong here in P6 so far. He still has to defend because Ignatius is having a look on the inside now, coming down towards Surtees.
Yeah, nicely done by Shahrizad Hassan. He's been a very consistent driver in the Global Edition. I've had 1 podium in the Global Edition, so we know he can be very quick indeed. He's in P5 now. Really thought he should have finished on the podium today, actually. He had the pace, but got involved in too many accidents. Wajdi there, trying to find his way through traffic. Oh, wow, they're really in back markers traffic now. This is the last stop. Oh, who's that? Someone spun.
Who's that? yeah, somebody spun in the orange car now, and unfortunately he's gonna have to sit it out. But Wajdi so far has been doing pretty well, you know, navigating his way through the traffic. But again, Grandstand is such a short track that lapping other drivers is definitely going to be a certainty, especially when you have the pace. And Wajdi certainly does, as they now will be coming down towards the final lap. He's going to be coming across the line. Will he be able to come across the line in time, though?
Wow.
I think just barely here. Yeah, I think he's going to be able to come across the line, so he still has to complete one more lap here in order to end the race. So he still has to contend with lots of traffic in front of him, and this could only add to Wei Xiong right now, because Wei Xiong is only half a second behind Wajdi. So Wajdi needs to watch out. He needs to keep an eye out for those back markers, as well as Wei Xiong, because Wei Xiong is going to be able to capitalize on any mistakes now from Wajdi. Now we're running right on the tail of Wajdi. He's currently keeping an eye out on Wei Xiong. Oh, bit of contact there. No, Wei Xiong able to dodge that bullet there as it comes down towards the final corner. But Wajdi is still going to be ahead now, coming towards the final stretch here. Wajdi, he's going to be putting the pedal to the metal now, as does Wei Xiong. It's going to be a final heat here in the finish, and Wei Xiong having a look on the outside. Is he going to be able to make it, though? Zuki Wajdi is going to get past it. Yes, Wei Xiong, he takes the win here in race number 2. What a fantastic finish here for the Malaysian driver.
Wow. I think Wajdi ran out of the fuel across the line because he was in the lead coming out of clearways. Like you said, half a second. But he just slowed as he went across the line. He did not put enough fuel in the car. So Wei Xiong wins from Wajdi. Thasby in 3rd. Zikri in 4th. Sharzan Hassan 5th. Henrico 6th. And Ignatius Tan in 8th position.
Man, what an amazing finish that was. I think that was one of the closest finish I've seen so far commentating for this eRacing Grand Prix Causeway edition. And man, this Wei Xiong here definitely did not disappoint when it comes to race number 2 here.
Look at that. Wei Xiong wins by only a 10th of a second from Wajdi. Mohammad Tasbi in 3rd, only 4/10 back there. Zikri in 4th, and Henrico in 5th. Fastest lap goes to Mohammad Tasbi at 45.2.
And definitely will be happy with that, no doubt. After winning race number 1 and getting on the podium on race number 2, no doubt he's going to be getting the maximum amount of points that he can here, and that's still testament to his pace as well as his performance here. The younger brother of Alif Hamilton? Yeah, I believe that's so, but definitely a drive to be very, very proud of here for Tasbi. And nevertheless, for the rest of the drivers here, Zikri in P4, Henrico in P5, like, these drivers here have been fighting so hard, and it's been a joy to watch. All right, back to you, Alex and Des.
Great stuff by Victor and Alex, who rejoins us in the box here. Victor is faceless at the moment, but you can hear his voice taking us through to the commentary. We'll be back with Victor for the pro races coming up just around about 3 o'clock. But Alex, new name to look out for here. Tasbi, that was a really good performance from him. A victory and a 3rd place. 2 podium on your debut. Not bad.
Yes, very good indeed. The server for the Pro Class has opened. It's opened a bit late, actually, so we will probably start our race a bit late. Or no, actually, maybe it opened in the right time. Well, I don't know. We'll soon find out. But yes, wow, great job by Tasbi. When we saw him practicing in the beginning of the week, his pace wasn't quite there, but obviously having Alif Hamilton as a teammate is obviously helping him very much, because he's just improving. And even today, from race 1 to race 2, you could see the pace he was coming along very quick. He might be ready for Pro Class very soon indeed, in fact, especially if he has a coach like his brother coaching him.
Really incident-packed races in Brands Hatch. The Indy track, it is you're sweeping around. There's hardly any time to actually slam on the brakes at all. And I love that dip down on the first corner. It is sensational. When you said 3 or 4 stories in 80 meters, that really brought it home.
Yeah, and I hope the pros are watching that race, because you could see how tough the gravel traps were. If you go in the gravel trap, that's it. You're stuck there for a long time. So the drivers, I think, might be prudent to just drive a little bit within yourself. Don't take those risks every lap. I mean, you can in qualifying, that's no problem. You can always restart a lap. But in the race, if you get stuck in the gravel trap, your race is effectively done. Also have to watch out for back markers, because it's such a short lap. A couple of guys get in some accidents, so they'll be getting lapped very quickly indeed.
Okay, we've just dealt with the amateur class. We will post the official results on our various social media sites, because I'm sure there's going to be one or two protests on that, which we'll have to work out in just a short while. Our next focus goes on to the professionals, though, the really good guys who should be a little bit more circumspect around Brands Hatch Indy. But just to show you how good they can be, let's look back on the highlights from last week's 2 races that took place at the Zandvoort track. Have a little look at some of the key participants. Ali Hamilton, of course. It's a nickname, Hamilton, that he's given, but he's earned it from what he's done in sim racing so far. Let's get on board with him, just behind him. We've got 8 minutes or so of practice. We'll just chat around a couple of the key players and maybe a flying lap from Alex before we hand over to our commentary team of Nick and Victor. But, so, Ali, around Zandvoort, very different challenge to what we've seen on any of the Global Edition series so far.
Yes, very different. Cars are completely different. Even the track, you know, it's an old school track. Very enjoyable to drive, but very hard. You have to be very precise with the old school tracks. You know, we go to the Global Edition tracks where we were around so far. You just like, oh, I'm not sure I got it quite right. You just keep your foot in, you run wide, you come back on track, no problem. Can be a bit lazy. These are those tracks you can't. There's no runoff, the curves are very small and often quite high, so you have to place it millimeter perfect. If you don't, you're going to be off the barrier. And that's what makes it, especially for the ad drivers, pro drivers maybe not so much, but ad drivers especially, it's very tricky track to drive. Nonetheless, it's very satisfying when you get this little track right because it's so fast.
That's right, 30 seconds left before the start. We're seeing here the overview of the map here at Zandvoort. 15 turns, 15 hard-stopping, fast and unrelenting turns here, all through the old and venerable Zandvoort circuit. We're all on the grid now, lined up, professional and sim racing drivers alike, you know, in a battle of skills in the most even of playing fields. Here we go. This is going to be the race start here. The red lights are on. I'll leave right now in the lead, and they are off. I'll leave having a pretty okay start so far, but it looks like the J is able to get himself into the lead right now, and Hazik also sits in behind him, using the trigger to get ahead in Tarzan. Very best line taken by Tate here. He wants to play very safe throughout this first segment of the race, but already we see some drivers using it up to the side there. I think that's Ang out there in number 21. He's gone off into the sand trap, unfortunately. Jason Tate still leading the race for now. Hazik following very closely behind him, and Muhammad Ali in third. Nico Nasi following in fourth very closely. What I can say is it's almost a six-way battle now going on over the race. As we're right now riding with Melvin Moore, currently 87, looking at the orange car in front of him. That is Muhammad Nabil, trying to look for an opportunity to overtake Ayman Hakim. Ayman Hakim, who is known as a very tenacious sim racer here in Malaysia, is one of the fastest guys I know in sim as well as in real life, and he is definitely trying to hold on to his position as best as he can. Very defensive driver as well. Look at the contact here on Charles Tinhan as Zephyr is trying to find the inside here, but unfortunately he's going to find the next corner. It's going to be outside. Will he be able to outrate when he's turned? The thing is, it's right in front of the two of them, so you have to judge their lines very carefully. But it looks like Zephyr has done it. He takes the inside line, perfect maneuver there, and he upgrades himself into the
Memang satu perlawanan yang begitu cantik di antara pemba-pemba di top 10 kita. Kedudukan mereka telah berubah, di mana sekelip mata kami lihat kedudukan Jason Day berada di kedudukan nombor 1. Namun kami lihat kedudukan dia mungkin terjadi daripada Hazik. Hazik cuba di luar garis lumba, cuba sebaik mungkin untuk melawan, tapi telah menjejaskan kedudukan tidak Alif. Tapi Hazik berjaya untuk menahan kedudukan dia kedua. Kadang-kadang Jason Day tak akan bergabung dengan nombor 1, dan kadang-kadang Muhammad Ali sekarang cuba menekan pada Hazik. Hazik akan rasai tekanan yang ada keluar daripada lebakan tersebut. Kami lihat Hazik sekarang mencuba sebaik mungkin untuk mempertahankan segala tekanan yang datang daripada Muhammad Ali. Memang drama yang begitu banyak berlangsung di Lita Virtual Zandvoort ini, di mana pusingan telah pun selesai sebanyak 2. Kami akan lengkapkan pusingan ketiga sebentar lagi akan datang dan kami akan lihat perlawanan tersebut akan berlangsung antara mereka. Kedudukan nombor 1, 2 dan 3 mungkin bakal bertukar dan kami akan lihat kedudukan nombor 8 dan 9 antara Zefri Syahmi dan juga Moh telah pun bertukar antara satu sama lain, tetap tidak akan ada apa-apa perubahan. Muhammad Nabil akan menjadi pandangan pilihan kita buat sementara ini, Victor.
Yeah, you can see the level of difference in skill when it comes to these drivers here. Compared to the amateur class, these guys are following so much more closely to each other. They're very confident inside their own cars, and no more so than Muhammad Ali. You know, if anyone who knows Ali in real life can attest to this, he's a very fiercely competitive person, and he definitely will be continually attacking Hazik for the next 11 minutes. You know, he's going to constantly try to get into P2, but as well in the back of the grid there, you know, in the orange car, you know, Mo, he's trying his best right now to try to regain some position. He's dropped all the way into P10 now, with Zephyr now in P7 right behind Muhammad Nabil. And Aman Akeem, though, he's now in P5. He's currently battling Miko Nasi, trying his best to get himself into P4. And the thing is, Ayman Akeem, he's known to be very aggressive, especially when he's on the chase here. And I really want to see if Miko Nasi is up to the task of holding out despite all that pressure.
Kami akan lihat dia daripada segi pandangan Miko Nasi sekarang berpegang pada kedudukan nombor 4 dan Ahmad Haziq sekarang kedudukan nombor 2. Memang it's expected to see from the MAM lockdown champion kepada kedudukan nombor 2 tadi tu. Tapi kami lihat ya daripada Muhammad Nabil sekarang berpegang kepada keretanya yang bermandian oren. Memang satu kereta yang boleh dikatakan menonjolkan mata, mencocok mata.
Miko Nasi now trying his best to hold on. Ayman Akeem just eating up that curb there in order to try to maintain a good and fast line here as it comes down towards the straight. Now going at absolute breakneck speed here. The draft is working very well here for Ayman Akeem. He's slowly closing the gap, but will he be able to outbreak Miko Nasi going to Tarzan? This is going to be wild. Swinging in, he goes from the outside. He tries to go into the tangle. He switches around, tries to go to the inside here. Doesn't quite make it. Unfortunately though, Miko Nasi is positioning the car very well there, preventing Ayman Akeem from finding any opening here to attack.
Cara perlumbaan yang memang handal yang datang daripada Miko Nasi memanglah terbaik di ladang, memang kenal, memang terbagus daripada datangnya daripada global class pelumba kita. Miko Nasi ni daripada Singapura. Namun kami akan lihat Ayman Akeem daripada Malaysia cuba sebaik mungkin untuk menekan Miko Nasi. Tapi Miko Nasi sebaik mungkin nampak Ayman Akeem menekannya lalu menutup pintu. Sekali lagi kami akan lihat Ayman Akeem cuba sebaik mungkin. Satu lagi cuba. Nice. Ada Ayman Akeem cuba. Cubaan dia akan berjaya. Dia akan cuba sebaik mungkin untuk memakan ke dalam garis pelumba dan itulah dia. Ayman Akeem telah pun berjaya untuk memecah nama motor Miko Nasi. Tapi Miko Nasi dah tak masuk balik. Adakah Miko Nasi terbabas keluar? Tapi tidak. Miko Nasi daripada nombor 4 telah pun jatuh kepada kedudukan nombor 6, Victor. Memang banyak drama dalam perlumbaan ini. Kami akan lihat ya daripada kedudukan nombor 2, Jason Tay dan Alif akan berlawan antara satu sama lain. Dan kami akan lihat jarak antara Jason Tay dan Alif berdekatan. Dan kami akan lihat Jason Tay akan menerima tekanan daripada Alif. Namun tidak begitu menakutkan tekanan yang datang daripada Alif sebab jarak yang datang daripada Jason Tay agak jauh antaranya. Dan kami akan lihat Haziq tadi dan Akeem akan melawan antara satu sama lain dengan mereka di kedudukan nombor 3 dan 4. Nabil sekarang bersama dengan Zefri Syahmi berpegang pada kedudukan nombor 5 dan 6. Alif sekarang bertekan kepada Jason Tay kepada pusingan seterusnya. Mereka akan berpegang kepada Apex tersebut dan kami akan lihat Nabil sekarang tidak terlalu jauh daripada Akeem.
Yeah, I won't blame you for messing up Zephyr Shami's name because that is certainly a mouthful, especially for us commentators here. But yeah, Alif has somehow managed to.
Miko Nasi ke arah chicane yang
Whoa! Look at that!
Di depan.
Whoa! My goodness!
Kami akan lihat dia perlawanan di antara Zaleh dengan juga Alif telah pun bertemuan antara mereka. Namun Zaleh berjaya tapi tidak. Ketika Alif Zanle tidak bagi muka langsung tapi Zaleh telah pun dikeluarkan daripada Lita. daripada Muhammad Alif. Lalu mereka bertemu antara satu sama lain dan Muhammad Alif berjaya untuk melepaskannya. Lalu Tengku Zanle malang tidak berbau. Memanglah terjatuh kepada kedudukan nombor 10. Memang sedih dikenakannya oleh Muhammad Ali ke arah Izan Le Victor.
Now this race is quickly going to be coming to a close. 30 seconds left on the clock. Will Alistair be able to come across the line just in time though? That still remains to be seen.
Satu laga pusingan tertinggal perlu dilengkapkan oleh Alistair, lalu berpegang kepada kedudukan nombor 1-nya. Kami kalian Cheng bersama dengan Nasi tetap berlawan antara satu sama lain, tapi 10 saat tertinggal untuk masa tercatat dan satu lagi pusingan perlu dilengkapi. So adakah masanya mencukupi dan jarak dia tidak memuaskan bagi Cheng Eng dan juga Nasi. Kami kalian Alistair tetap akan berpegang satu lagi.
Line.
Garis lurus yang diperlukan oleh Alistair Young dan lalunya Alistair Young berjaya untuk melepasi garis penamat dan itulah dia Alistair Young.
So a familiar name taking race number 2 and picking up 15 points in the Causeway edition of eRacing GP. But Jason Tay is the man who is very top of the pile. His victory in race number 1, and he added points in race number 2, as well as becoming second fastest in qualifying. Alif Hamilton, who won the Global Edition whole championship series yesterday, he is second. So some really good drivers here in this Causeway edition as we see the standings coming into the second round today. And we take us through to the key runners and riders. Alif Hamilton in his familiar blue will be leading the way. Mitchell Jer and Ayman Hazik. A few very good names. What is the split there? It's about 2-1 in favour of Malaysia there, Alex Young. Any bias shown by you there, young fella?
No, not at all. Some of the new names are Darren Ivan Rajan. I hope I pronounced that rightly. He came out of nowhere. He was very quick on the leaderboard on the week, on the qualifying leaderboard. So welcome to the new drivers. High quality field. Let's go back to practice.
Indeed, actually they've just about started qualification now, so the races are in qualifying, but it's a really fast lap. Ryan Keith is the fastest out on the circuit at the moment. What kind of time are you expecting them to zip around this Indy Brands Hatch, Alex?
Whoa, crumbs, I can't remember the leaderboard. 44's for certain. I think they were getting down to 44 flat, actually. I think Alif Hamilton was actually quickest. So, you know, these sort of tracks suit him very, very well. So he'll be the man to beat for sure.
We're on board here where Melvin Moe has just had his fast time taken by Jason Tay. So Jason Tay, let's see if we can get alongside Jason. Oh, I was there for a moment. My apologies for that.
Yeah, we're with Alif Hamilton now. Let's follow where we were with Alif Hamilton. I'd like to try and follow him, see how they're using all the extra road at Graham Hill Bend, turn 3. That is the faster way to do it. And the pros are really, really trying to push. Yevan David now, Sector 1. Oh, I made a mistake, Sector 1, made a mistake, Sector 2. This is not going to be a terribly fast lap. See if we can follow Alif Hamilton here, if possible.
There's the boy in the blue.
There he is, starts his lap right now. Uses all the right excess road at turn 1, looking good now into turn 2, Druid's corner. Oh, gets that sideways moment. That's going to cost some time as he comes out of it. Oh, decides to reset. Maybe have a look at Jason Tay then. We were on board with him earlier on. And here he is, Jason Tay starting his lap. He's gone P2, but fastest of all, Ayman Hazik at the moment. 45.0, good lap by the Malaysian. Let's see if Jason Tay can go a bit faster now. We followed him on the onboard lap at the very top of the show. He goes through Druids, nice and clean, good exit. Now Graham Hill Bend, he has to lift just at the right spot to get the car to turn in. Just right, he's fastest of all in Sector 1. Uses the right amount of road out of Graham Hill Bend. Now through Surtees, his left-hander, looking good. Breaks off the curb. Oh, it's such a tricky corner to get right. Looks like he's got on the power nicely. He's fastest of all in Sector 2. This could be good enough for pole position, although someone is going quicker. Jason Tay now goes pole with a 44.8. Oh no, 44. No, Ayman Hazik is just on a 44.8, so he goes quickest as well. Wow, that's a stunning time by Ayman Hazik, 44.8 indeed. There's still time to do a couple more laps. Jason Tay still following. Let's try and follow Ayman Hazik now. He's in the white car. He's completing another lap. Let's see if he can find some more time. Alif Hamilton goes third quickest. But Ayman Hazik, will he extend his advantage at the front? No, that lap is not quickest. Well, shadows the time from before. See if he can find a bit more time. Let's ride on board. Nice through Paddock Hill Bend. Very late on the brakes for Druids. Has a small moment at the apex, but more importantly, he gets on the power just nicely. So this still looks good. Sector 1, yeah, that small moment at Druids has cost him a bit of time. Oh, runs way too wide. I'd like to follow Mohammed Nabil. Nabil is another driver, I think, who can have set a very good lap time and can be right up there. Oh, now Mohammed Nabil right now, 44.50. Let's see if he can get a bit closer. He's the brother of Mohammed Nakib, who finished second in the Global Edition. Oh, not sure if that's a perfect turn two for him. Let's see his sector times. Yeah, he's not too far off, only a 10th. But around Brands Hatch, a 10th is a long, long time. And here we go, all the drivers now. Some 44.8, a good lap time by Ayman Hazik.
Ayman Hazik will take pole position alongside Jason Tay, the championship leader. Alif Hamilton and Mohammed Nabil on the second row. Dominic and Tadashi Ayman Akim will be on the third row. Your boy Alistair down in P17 on the 9th row of the grid. In just a moment, we will take you over to our commentator to join Alex Young in the commentary box for this first of two races for today. Let's introduce Victor Ung.
Just checking if Victor is there. Maybe we've got to check my Discord again, make sure that it's all working.
In the meantime, we'll talk you through the track map. It is the shortened version of IndyCar. The Brabant Straight at the top. You've got the Paddock Hill Bend, then down onto Haywoods Hill. Druids at the bottom, up the Graham Hill sweeping bend, then round Cooper Straight, through McLaren, round the Clark Curve at the bottom end, and back into the Brabham Straight. The pole sitter will be Ayman Hazik. We are under starters orders and the race is underway. Ayman Hazik has taken a decent start to stay ahead of Jason Tay, and getting a good start here at Brands Hatch, Alex Young, so important.
Yes, great start. Just had some issues with my Discord. Hopefully Victor will join us in a second. Mohammed Nabil, P4, looking nice and good. Gets good drive out of P2, but he's got to watch for the inside. There might be someone there. No, it looks clean at the moment. Position 5 there. Ayman Hakim.
Tadashi putting real pressure on. Alif Hamilton's got himself into P2, and that's a dangerous place for anybody in P1. Ayman Hazik will be very aware. Dominic Ang going wide, Jaden Lowe going wide. It's a procession already into lap number 2 as they go through with Ayman Hazik leading the way.
Yeah, Ayman Hazik got a good start. He's not won in ERGP yet so far, so he'll be keen to try and make a new and try and win. Really, his pole lap was quite spectacular. Really good job. 44.8. That was really special to see. We're following Jason Tay now in P3, following the two in front. So it's Malaysia, followed by 2 Singaporeans, and then 3 other Malaysians just after that.
And they really do use that full track. It is already a bit of a procession, but the pace is so fast from these front 4 or 5, Alex. I'm sure we're going to get some backmarker interference as this race reaches the 15-minute mark.
Yes, we will, definitely, for sure. Ayman Hazik leading them over the line into Paddock Hill Bend, carrying the speed through there, uses all the excess road. Nicely done. Very good, Deke. That's perfect, really. But it's so tough to overtake, and at this level, it is very tricky indeed to get it right.
Ayman Hazik still leading the way. Let's go a little bit further down. We're on board here with Jaden Lowe. They do use that full road. You say that helps them, Alex, but surely that must cause some slowing down as they go onto the grass.
No, it doesn't. For some reason, on this track with this game, if you use that extra road, it doesn't slow you down. So the pros are just using it, and a couple of the AMs are using it as well.
Melvin Moe looking backwards into Harris Zeffy. Harris had a good performance in the Global Edition yesterday, but Harris, Zeffy Shami, to really give him his proper name, tries to make a move on the inside. Up at the front though, Alex, Alif Hamilton is beginning to just edge a little bit closer onto the tail of Ayman Hazik.
Yes, he is. He's showing some pace, so slowing him up a bit. And of course, look at that. Jason Tay and Dominic Ang are also closing the gap. So Ayman Hazik, who was so quick in qualifying and so quick over the first lap or so, maybe he's made a mistake. Maybe he's getting a bit unsettled. Brands is definitely a track. You need a rhythm. You get into rhythm because the corners come so fast. Let's go back with oh, I tell you what, Alif is going to have a go at Ayman into turn 1. Ayman covers the inside. He's nervous right now. Whoa, I think good exit again. Hamilton's going to try into Druids, goes around the outside. You can go around the outside of Druids. Ayman has to get on the power early here. Otherwise, Alif will have him into Graham Hill Bend. Just manages to hold off the Singaporean. And look at that, Jason Tay all over the 2 drivers in front.
And Mohammed Nabil not far behind either. Those front 4 really exchanging blows. Hazik from Ali, from Jason Tay. Again, is Alif going to make another move? The pressure on Hazik is just non-stop, Alex Young.
Yes, it is. I mean, Alif he's not an easy competitor to have behind. You look at that. He's looking down the insides. Ayman is having to defend all over the place. But I tell you what, this is a track you can defend at. But this is the danger area because Alif knows how to go around the outside of people. And if anyone can do it, he can do it. Because if you can go around the outside of Druids, you will be on the inside for this corner. So Ayman has to be very careful there about how he defends into Druid. And look at that, Jason Tay now has a run. And look at how close it is. Mohammed Nabil, sorry, in 4th position. I mentioned Dominic Ang in 4th position, but it's Mohammed Nabil. Whoa! Bumps him out the way. Alif through into the lead out of clearways. It's a drag to Paddock Hill Band. Can Ayman Hazik have another go? Whoa!
Jason Tay goes through as well. Ayman Hazik has lost 3 places because Nabil has also gone through. Nabil can't quite complete the maneuver, but Alif Hamilton is the new race leader at Brands Hatch, and that was a disastrous, 600 meters or so for Ayman Hazik.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there. I think Ayman must have hit the rev limiter or something because he's down the straight, and then he just went a lot slower. And it just allowed the 3 cars to get in front of him. Nabil able to make the move as well. Ayman came back at him into Druids, but Nabil went around the outside of clearways, and now he's in position 3. And look at this, Ayman Hakim now in P5, all over the back of Hazik.
But Alif Hamilton now, he's got himself a little bit of a lead. It's Singapore 1 and 2. Alif from Hamilton. A little bit further down, there's a good battle going on between Harris Zeffy as he makes the move alongside Singh Han. Harris Zeffy goes through into P number 9. Singh Han lets him through. A little bit further down, Alistair Young, winner of race number 2 yesterday. He's down in P15, making a move on Calvin Ha. Can't get the better of Calvin. Up at the front, though, Alex Young, it's Alif Hamilton, who went really wide there. Dominic Ang went really wide, but Alif and Jason Tay are pulling away now, Alex.
Yeah, the 2 Singaporeans are both very experienced drivers, teammates actually, and they are just pulling away. So this actually, Alif looks very good for Alif because as it finishes now, then he will inherit the championship lead from Jason Tay.
But we are not even halfway through. There is what Jason Tay has got in front of him, and there is what Jason Tay has got behind him. So it really is, he's got a chance to look forward as Jason, championship leader, winner of race 1 yesterday. But Alif will be high on confidence after winning the Global Edition yesterday as well, Alex. As well as maybe wanting to prove a point to some because he came second in 2 races yesterday. He's got a couple of wins to get back.
That is very true. He hasn't won a final race in Global for the last 2 rounds, but he has, like you said, got the championship under his belt. He'll be keen to get this win. Oh, look at this. Ayman Hazik now all over the back of Nabil. So he's close enough. He's going to be in the slipstream. Nabil's going to have to defend it to Paddock. Ayman is going to go to the outside. You can go around the outside, but you really need to be alongside if you want to go around the outside of Paddock. Nabil, though, survives for now. Gets a good exit. Shouldn't have to defend it to turn 2 Druids, and he doesn't. But he runs a little bit wide, allows Haziq to come back at him. Now to Graham Hill Bends. Graham Hill Bend is a lift. You can't really brake, so it's not overtaking position. Ayman Hakim, though, all over the back of Haziq. Not quite able to do it now as they go through Surtees. Have a small breakdown, then for Clearways, this right-hander here. Oh, Nabil, though, gets a good drive out of Clearways and pulls away from these two cars. Hakim, though, has it really in the slipstream. He's covering the inside. Haziq, I'm surprised he did not cover the inside, but he's pulling away despite not being in the slipstream. So Hakim, maybe he's not using all the revs on the car because he wasn't so quick down the straight. And Haziq was able to defend the position quite easily.
Exhilarating lap and a half action between Nabil, Haziq and Hakim. In the meantime, up at the front, Alif Hamilton is still under pressure from Jason Tay. Jason is close enough. He gets to within 0.2, 0.3 of a second occasionally. So Alif has not been able to take himself away from his Singaporean compatriot.
Yeah, no, it's a good job there. Jason Tay, though. Wow, I tell you what, if Jason could get in front of Alif at this point, that would be a huge boost for his confidence. Right now, Alif Hamilton is the man with a bullseye on his back. He's been so good at the Global Edition. Everyone wants to beat him. Jason Tay, no mean slouch in sim racing. He knows he can beat Alif if given the opportunity, and he sees this as a chance. Wow, so he wants this win. He really does want to win this championship, but he's going to have to do the overtaking on track.
Further down, there's been a move by Tadashi. Tries to get in front of Ayman Haziq. Can't get there. Ayman Haziq has a look on the inside of Nabil. Nabil closes the gate and takes the line. As you say, it's very quick, but unless there's a mistake, really difficult to overtake, Alex.
Yeah, Hakim's got a good drive out of the last corner. But we saw a couple laps ago when he pulled out the slipstream, he just went backwards. He didn't keep going forward. So I'm not sure why he slowed down the straight. I don't think he's using the right revs in the car, perhaps. But anyway, he is very quick at the moment. Haziq looking the inside. Nabil covers the inside, but he's left some space. There is going to be contact. Three wide. Ayman Haziq managed to take back turn position 3. What a move by the Malaysian.
So he went from 1 to 4, and now he's got to try to work his way back into the top 3. Ayman Haziq has got himself into P3 ahead of Nabil and Hakim, and look who is really on the tail now. Dominic Ang is beginning to make a move as well. Very talented family, this Ang group. Dominic, has he got close enough? Because he's been going very wide. He's let the others race in front of him, Alex, and he's been able to get up just very close. He's just 0.5 down.
Wow, he's got a good run out of Paddock Hill Bend, though, as well. He's going to look towards the outside because there's going to be a traffic jam on the inside as Hakim tries to go down the inside of Nabil. Wow. Not sure if Ang has quite the pace of these 3 cars in front of him, but he's definitely benefiting from them all. Whoa! He's definitely benefiting because they're all squabbling all over each other. So Ang just, I think, has to be a bit patient. 4 minutes to go. Anything can happen with these 3 cars in front of him.
This is the battle for P3, currently in the possession of Ayman Haziq, but Nabil goes wide. Now then, Tadashi, does he make a move? Oh, Nabil just managed to recover, but Tadashi is right there in the slipstream, looks to make a maneuver out. Again, Nabil very aware of what's going on behind him. They go down the hill there into the sweeping Paddock Hill Bend. Has he got the pace there? Tadashi round the outside. Nabil breaks late.
Oh, that was a nice move by Tadashi. Really went for the wide move, which is the correct thing to do, but he just got sideways halfway through the corner, stopped all his momentum, and actually Nabil was able to defend that quite easily.
A little bit further down, let's just get a look at Calvin Haar as he tries to take on Mohammed Khalif. It's not all about the front men. Tenko Ezen, after a dreadful start, has made a bit of a recovery. And Alistair Young has got himself up into P11. But back at the front, Alex, Alif Hamilton.
Yeah, Alif looking very good indeed. Jason Tay got very close a couple laps ago, had a couple looks, but not really. These guys are teammates. I would love to see Jason Tay have a move on Alif, but like I said, they're teammates. I don't think Jason's going to make a move unless he's very sure he's got a good chance of going through.
Dominic Ang, I tell you what, that battle for P3 has got even more heavily involved. Sorry, as we're looking on Melvin Moe. We're on the back of Jaden Lowe here. Jaden Lowe is on the back of Dominic Ang, who's on the back of Tadashi, who's on the back of Nabil, who's on the back of Hazik. It's all very tight in there.
Yeah, it is. Jaden Lowe falling back just a little bit though. So let's go see what else is that. Battle for the third position. That's really hot, heating up. Actually, not third position. It's fourth position, isn't it? Because Hazik is just stretching away. He's putting some pace down that we know he's capable of. And it's really turning out to be Nabil that's turning into a bit of a roadblock right now with Akeem, Dominic Ang, and Jaden Lowe now coming up to join this battle.
This is the front of Ayman Hakim, Tadashi as we know him, on the short brand hatch. Now then, does he make a move here? Ayman Hakim keeps looking on Mohammed Nabil, but Nabil seems to close the door at the right slot every time. 2 minutes to go. It's probably 3 more laps as they go over the start-finish line. 3 more laps for Mohammed Nabil to cling on to this 4th place that he's working so hard to keep.
Well, Akeem's got a good run out of that Paddock Hill bend. He's go to the outside again. He's going to try. He can't afford to get sideways. He's got to... Yes, get on the throttle. Oh, almost made it. If he'd been able to get on the throttle, he would have been alongside Nabil and, more importantly, on the inside for the next corner.
Dominic Ang making a big move as well on the back of Tadashi. While Tadashi looked at Nabil, they come round Cooper Straight onto McLaren, then back into the Clark Curve. Legendary motor racing names here at Brands Hatch, and then back onto the Brabham Straight. It is still Alif Hamilton who is leading the way from Jason Tay. We're watching here a real battle for P3, which is currently being won by Ayman Hazik.
That's very good indeed. Dominic Ang. While you're talking, Des, I'm just trying to look at the Discord, trying to get it up and running so we can get Victor back into our commentary at the same time.
Ayman Hazik has got himself P3. There is your race leader, Alif. Now then, he's about to come up to some back markers. I think that could be Haris Zefi or maybe Singhan who are there. But with only 40 seconds to go, probably won't be too much of a problem for Alif Hamilton. Hamilton leads onto the final lap. Down Paddock Hill Bend. Still Jason Tay is in his wake. Yeah, moving out of the way to now Alif Hamilton as Tay is there. Further back, Hazik, Nabil and Hakim are still in that battle, but this is the battle for P1. Alif Hamilton in possession of that as the race ends. They come round this final Clark Curve for the last time. Final chance for Jason Tay to maybe get close enough to have an attack, but Alif Hamilton is not going to allow that. Alif wins it. Jason Tay second. Ayman Hazik will come in third place. Nabil just holding off Hakim. Is he able to hold off Hakim? The answer is yes. Nabil fourth. Tadashi coming in fifth. Dominic Ang sixth. But once Alif Hamilton got in front there, Alex Young, there was only ever really going to be one victor.
Yeah, that is so true. Alif Hamilton is just too experienced to let anything happen. You'd really need... Jason needed to be significantly quicker to try and make a move on this guy. As it is, though, great win for Alif. Is it his first? Yeah, it's his first win in the
this
Causeway
series, yes.
Yes, in the Causeway edition. Well done, mate. And there are the positions, but as we head into reverse grid race.
Jason Tay picking up the bonus 2 points for the fastest lap. But it was a forlorn chase. 25 points available to Alif Hamilton. And there'll be 20 plus the bonus 2 for Jason Tay to give him 22, which is probably enough to keep him in the overall championship lead. Let's call in, see if we are able to contact Victor, who is our regular commentator in the Causeway edition. Victor, are you back on board?
Yes, I am, Des. Thank you for taking over for race number 1. Apologies for the connection issues. It's amongst the kind of troubles we've been having so far this MCO, but I'm glad to be back and just in time for race number 2.
Well, please take us away in commentary alongside Alex Young for the reverse grid race around the Indy track at Brands Hatch.
Yes, so it's going to be reverse grid now for race number 2. And yeah, again, congratulations to Alif for winning his first race here for the Causeway edition. But this time, he's going to be starting way at the back. We're here at the Brands Hatch Indy Circuit. The red lights are on. The drivers are anticipating the start now. And we're off. Looks like Singhan will be getting a good start right on the front. R. Wong as well. And Izan Lei is going to be able to get himself up in between the two of them as they come down towards Paddock Hill Bend. Now coming down towards the straight, looks like Izan Lei is going to have to yield a little bit for David as it comes down towards Druid. And Zephyr Ray is also able to find his way up into 4th place. But a bit of a slide there from David is going to allow Zephyr Ray to perhaps find a way to get up onto the podium. But for now, Wong is going to be able to get all the way in front here. Ruben Wong now leading the race as they come down towards turn 3. Now going towards Surtees. This is going to be a flat out corner here, so Ruben will keep the pedal to the metal and immediately on the brakes now for McLaren corner. Crossing Han is going to try his best now to stay on his tail as he comes down towards Brabham Straight. He wants to stay on the slipstream now so they can at least have a look at the inside coming down towards Paddock Hill. But Ruben is still going to hold on very well. And look at that. He's just keeping to the inside as much as he can, preventing Singhan from being able to find any gap at all as they come down towards the Paddock Hill bend. Now Ruben will still maintain lead, taking the side road here. He's going to try to keep in front of him, going down towards Druids. And yes, he does. He stays in the lead for now. Singhan going to be in second place. David in third right now. Zephyr Ray Shami going to be in P4. Izan Lei is going to be in 5th. And Kamal Singh is going to be in P6 for now. Alex, looks like lots of drivers going off on the track there. But again, this is a corner where a lot of pro drivers find it's a little bit faster to go on the grass. Wouldn't you say, Alex?
Yes, it is. Alif Hamilton and Jason Tate just behind him, being a bit circumspect through the first couple of laps here. They know that it's so easy to get thrown off and then put into the gravel. It is so hard to overtake here. Look at the train of cars. Better sometimes be a bit more patient and watch the cars in front to see if they make a mistake. Some tracks you can be very aggressive in that first lap. This is not one of them. So they are a lot further back than they normally are, even though it's a reverse grid race. But Ruben Wong, what a good job he's doing, isn't he? He's leading. He's not won a race in the ERGP yet.
No, not yet, and maybe this could be his big break right now. But I do have to say that Alif is already made up about 7 places to go up into P14. So we're going to be keeping a close eye on him because we know from experience that Alif is going to be very fast, especially after race number 1, and he definitely wants to try to get himself up into the top 10 again for race number 2. But again, he has to bide his time because Brands Hatch is not the kind of place where you want to drive wildly and aggressively. You have to be very calculated on your moves. Now we're going to be riding with Alistair Young, who's currently trying to defend his position of P12 against Haziq and Alif now trying to find a way around the outside here, trying to stay out of trouble as well. Bit of contact here as he tries to stay on track, but for now Alistair Young still maintains P13, but going way off the track there. Alistair Young and Haziq has gone completely up and dropped down several places, allowing Alif to get up into P12, and now he's fighting against WK for P11. Coming down towards McLaren, they are going to be going down the Brabham Straight and leave very much in a good position.
Yeah, Calvin Ha there got into a bit of argy-bargy, and tragedy for Ayman Haziq because he's way at the back now. Not very good at all. So, but back at the front, Calvin Ha, now Hamilton gets through and Jason Tate follows him through.
Yeah, so Ruben Wong still leading the race for now, but Singhan is still continuing to give him some pressure from behind as he's only about half a second behind Ruben Wong at the moment, but staying very close. Again, he still has to find a good moment in order to pass him here. He cannot afford to make any mistakes here, especially when you're fighting for the lead. So Singhan still keeping his eyes very much trained onto the back of Ruben Wong, watching for any sort of mistakes they can capitalize on and hopefully be able to take that lead. But in the meantime, behind him, trouble may be brewing because David, Zephyr, and Keith are now fighting for that last podium position here. And it looks like Keith is going to be able to find a good line on the inside here, coming to Druids. Will he be able to outbrake him? Yes, he does. He gets onto the inside of Zephyr and takes away the P4 from Zephyr, and he will now only have David in the way now to get up onto the podium. Brilliant move there by Yevan David.
Really good move by Yevan David and Keith on Harris. Good job there. They are teammates in real life as well. You can see they're in the same livery. Raced for Stratus Motorsport in the past. Whoa, look! Shaimi Zephyr almost had a great exit there, but he just got on the curb, got a bit sideways, and lost all the momentum. So P5 for now.
Yeah, go ahead, Alex. Yeah, so I was going to say, like, that's a very, very close call there, I think, for Zephyr Ray, because one mistake there on the curb, especially on reacceleration.
Whoa.
Oh, but speaking of mistakes there, oh, lots of drama happening behind, and Alif has definitely made the most of it, going up now into P9. Again, just showing that just by staying out of trouble, you can already make up places. You don't have to drive like crazy in order to be able to stay in the top 10, as Alif is demonstrating right now as he comes down towards the Cooper Straight. And look at that, unfortunately for Jason Tay, who was in P2 that last race, is now finding himself stranded inside the gravel trap.
Yeah, Victor, I think Jason Tay made a move on Alif because you could see, I think he was down the inside, but they had contact. Alif, and he's in vision now, was fortunate enough to survive, but Tay went to the gravel, and that's his race done, I think. Maybe he can get out, but he's almost lost a lap now, and it'll be very tough. No, there he is.
No.
He's retired from the race. What? Such a shame.
Such a shame, but again, looking at the rest of the grid so far, Ruben Wong now almost having Singhan have a look on the inside there coming to T3, but not quite having the pace quite yet in order to make the overtake yet. So Singhan's still gonna have to bide his time for now, but definitely just making sure that Ruben knows that Singhan is still behind him. And in fact, coming down towards the clock curve, Singhan almost was able to get on the inside, but Ruben was able to get on the gas just a little bit earlier and was able to keep onto P1. So Singhan may try again going down Paddock Hill. He goes for the dive there, but Ruben Wong maintains good momentum coming through the Paddock Hill and still maintains a sizable gap in front of Singhan. So perfect defensive driving there from Ruben Wong.
Yeah, Ruben Wong there. He's got 8 minutes to go. Can he hold out? Ruben, we know he's quick. He can be consistent as well, but he's not won a race, and it's quite difficult when you got your first race win in sight, whether you can hold on for the victory. And Singhan is, like you said, putting all sorts of pressure. He's getting a good exit out of clearways, runs a bit wide, he's got tucks back into the slipstream. He's not closing the gap enough. Nah, he won't be close enough for this turn. So Ruben doesn't need to defend into turn 1. Singhan shows his nose, but he's too far back. He's not going to do it, and by showing his nose, he has a poor exit and allows Ruben to extend the gap.
Yeah, but it seems like Singhan is having a better sector 3 compared to Ruben, because that seems to be where he was able to close the gap, especially on the to clearways right after McLaren. So perhaps that if he's able to just master that final sector there, he might be able to just get enough speed down the main straight in order to get alongside Ruben going down Paddock Hill. But that remains to be seen. We still have 7.5 minutes to go in this pro race number 2. Zephyr Ray right now in P5 at the moment after having been passed by Keith. He's still maintaining a good distance from Keith right now, so maybe he might go for the counter attack as he's closing in, going around Babham. He does have the inside. Yes, he does. He just slips right in, but no, unfortunately compromises his exit completely and drops way back into P5 again. So it looks like it's going to be better luck next time for him as Keith gets a little bit of a tangle there with Yevan David as they continue to tangle for P3. So this P3 battle is looking very, very hot indeed.
Yeah. Zephy Shami just showing his inexperience there. He had the move done. He was close enough to go down the inside of Paddock, but just slid a bit too late with the brake, slid a bit wide, and lost the position after that. So he'll get better at moves like that in the future, I hope. But now we're back with the leader, Muhammad Alif. He's in P8. He's done a great job of moving up through the field and trying to do it in a nice, steady way. He will be the championship leader as long as he can stay in the points at this point by the end of the day.
Exactly, and Alif knows this, so he's going to try his best to try to climb his way up the field as he does. For the moment, though, he still has contend against Sink and Melvin Moll, who are currently in front of him at P7 and P6 respectively. So Alif is definitely going to try to find a good way of getting past, and look at that, just going wide on the grass there again. In Ray's room, it seems that on the Brand Hatch Indy circuit, it's apparently much faster to go on the grass rather than on the track. A little bit unrealistic, but definitely these pro drivers are they definitely will be looking for all these sort of exploits they can use in order to gain their lap times, and Alif is definitely making the most of it right now. Yevan David currently in 8th place as Alif is already being able to get past him. I think he dropped off there, maybe in the tangle with Zephyr Ray and Key, because Zephyr Ray is now into P3.
Yeah, I think they had contact there. I think it was between Keith and Yevan David. So David went from P3 to P8, like you said. Such a shame. He's doing such a good job now. Now Ruben Wong coming under some more pressure as they go through Surtees, the left-hander. Now Clearways, the right-hander. Oh, Xinghan goes for a wider entrance so he can get a good exit, and he has got a good exit, but runs wide a bit. He needs to try and tuck into that slipstream a bit earlier if he's going to have a run at Ruben into turn 1. Not able to do so. I actually think Ruben might hang on for the win.
Yeah, indeed. Like Ruben so far has been showing absolute mastery of this Grand Hatch circuit. In fact, just holding back Xinghan for so long there, this is definitely testament to the amount of skill that he has behind the wheel. So let's see if he's going to be able to hold on. 4.5 minutes to go in race number 2. So anything can still happen in the next 4.5 minutes. In the meantime, though, Melvin Moore has already made his way up to P5. I think, no doubt, from some tangling that's been going on in the top 8 positions there. Malha Alif as well has already upgraded himself to P6. Melvin Moore, going way wide there, going down towards Clearways. So it looks like he's going to have to drop all the way down to P7, just behind K-Sync and right in front of Dominic Ang.
Yeah, top 3 all together now. Shami has done a great job. Zephy Shami has done a great job with a good pace to join the top 3. Look, he's looking down the inside of Xinghan. Can he do it? Has to,
maybe,
he's
but
got to try and go around the outside of the next corner. He's not going to make it, but if he can cut back and get a good exit, he can get him to Surtees, and I think he's done it. He'll be on the inside for Surtees. If he just holds his nerve, he'll get P2. He does.
Yes, he does.
Oh, he
Wow,
gets contact.
Oh no!
Again,
Shami!
showing his inexperience there. He tagged the driver. The move was made, gave too much space, and then slid wide. Then they had contact, and then he was off. I tell you what, that Zephy Shami had the pace to win this race if he had just pulled off that move. As it is now, Ruben and Xinghan are now leading, and look at that, Alif up to the 3rd position. Keith tries to fight back. They have contact. Keith has to get the drive now out of turn 2. He does. Is he holding on? Yes, he's holding on. P3 at the moment. It's desperate stuff for the 2 drivers. Alif, championship leader, trying to get into position 3 as they go through Surtees now, Victor.
Yeah, Alif right now just absolutely killing it on the track now. And look at that, just switches around here and is able to just slip in front of Keith as they come out through the clearways and into the Brabham Straight. Look at that, Alif now on the podium, and looks like Xinghan is going to face another challenger here, but he will continue to try to keep the pressure here to Ruben Wong and hopefully be able to get in front of him before inevitably Muhammad Alif will be on his tail. But for now, I think Xinghan better count his lucky stars, because it's been a really fantastic drive for him to be able to get up into P2 so far. Ruben Wong now, he's still facing the pressure from behind. Xinghan still continuing to stay on his tail as they come down towards the Cooper Straight. Xinghan currently staying in the slipstream. Again, this is where he's a little bit faster compared to Ruben, so he needs to get a good exit down through clearways, but Ruben is not going to give him the room at all. But oh, really, he just does. He opened the gate just...
3rd, Kavinder Singh in 4th position. So Ryan Keefe falling back, Yavin David in 5th, and Zephyr Shami finishes 6th in the end.
Really good racing there from Alif Hamilton. Thanks to Victor and to Alex for taking us through a double victory for Alif Hamilton. Global Edition champion, and showing that he's the local champion as well, or capable of being the local champion. Ali from Ruben Wong, Singapore from Malaysia, Xinghan in 3rd, Kelvin Singh, a really good drive for him in 4th, Yevon David, the youngster from Singapore, in 5th, and Zephy Shami coming in P6. Alistair getting a P9 for you. I'll always look out for Alistair. Mohammed Nabil down in P11, out of the points in the reverse grid race. Well, really good. Ali picking up also the fastest lap time for 2 points, 2 additional points there, and that really will put him right up amongst the reckoning. Jason Tay having a disappointing race number 2, Alex.
Yeah, thanks for that, Victor. Sorry we had some sound issues through that run, but yes, you just mentioned Jason Tay. I really feel for him. He was the championship leader coming into this round. He tried to get past Alif. They had the contact. Alif, in those sort of contact situations, is always unknown what's going to happen. But in this case, Alif managed to survive and go on to win, whereas Jason Tay, he ended up in the gravel.
But Alif Hamilton, my word, what a weekend he's had. Certainly on the sim, victory yesterday, and now he's probably going to take the lead. We'll get the final results coming for you, and we'll post them on our social media sites. But in the meantime, you've been watching the Causeway edition. It's all the great idea of that man over there. Alex Young. So terrific work from him. Round 2 of 4 have been completed. We're back on your screens for the Causeway edition for the Amateur Series, a 2 o'clock start next Sunday, the Pro Series 3 o'clock. Hopefully the lag and the streaming won't have the problems that we had this week. Apologies for that. But in the end, Alif Hamilton, you saw him clear as day, picking up back-to-back victories from myself, Des Corkill, from Alex and the team who put this all together. Round 2 of 4 is completed. We'll see you all next week.